So we are studying the principles of prevention of diseases. This is the second part. First part we have studied. So it may be studied into two heads, or we can say that it is two methods, and one is that is a general method or general way of preventing infections. First, general way of preventing infections. This is the general way of preventing infections, and B, the specific way of preventing infections. So the first method is common for the all types of the pathogens or all type of disease, but second method is specific for a particular type of the disease. So we have to discuss one by one. First, we have to discuss about the general way of preventing infection. General way of preventing infections. So first, general way of preventing infections. So first is by preventing exposure to disease causing microbes. Number one, by preventing exposure to disease causing. So first, by preventing exposure to disease causing organisms or disease causing microbes. In this way, a person should avoid to come in contact with the disease causing organism. So disease, first method, the airborne diseases. So for preventing, first, for preventing airborne or preventing airborne diseases. One method for preventing airborne diseases. One should avoid to go in the overcrowded areas. One should avoid to go overcrowded area. So what happens for preventing airborne disease? One should avoid to go overcrowded areas. and make the social distancing. We should maintain social distancing. Maintain social. Someone should maintain the social distancing, and for preventing airborne diseases, one should avoid to go overcrowded areas or should maintain the social distancing. And second, for preventing waterborne diseases, for preventing waterborne diseases, for preventing waterborne diseases, safe drinking water, safe drinking water should be used. So if airborne diseases, one should avoid to go in the overcrowded area and maintain the social distancing. And third, and also should use the mask. And third is in case of the vector-borne diseases. In case of vector-borne infections, for preventing vector-borne infections, for preventing vector-borne infections, we must provide clean environment. Clean environment. If there is the environment is not clean and many water, no proper drainage system, water is collected here and there, that may provide the breeding centers for the mosquitoes, and that causes many diseases. So clean environment, we should clean out the environment. So these are the general ways for preventing infections. So first, by preventing exposure, and second method is by consuming balanced diet. Second method. Next, second method by consuming balanced diet. Second general way, by consuming balanced diet. But if we take the balanced diet, we may not be suffered from the many diseases caused due to the deficiency of the nutrients. Means we cannot be suffered from the deficiency disease. If there is the scarcity of vitamins in our diet, we may suffer from many diseases. So we should use the vitamin rich, mineral rich, and balanced diet. So balanced diet, and by preventing exposure to the pathogens, these are the general method of the preventing the diseases. Now next we have to study specific method. Next method is specific method. Second. Second one is specific method or specific way. This is B. B. Specific specific way of preventing infections. In this method, when we use the term immunization, we protect the body from the pathogens, from the diseases, by creating immune in the body of individual to protect the body from the pathogens. This process is called the immunization. So by immunization, in the principle of the immunization, if any pathogen enters inside our body, our immune system produces antibody against the pathogen and destroy the pathogen. This principle is applied here in process of the immunization. Immunization process is performed by the vaccination. It is done by the vaccination. It is done by the vaccination. It is specific for a particular type of the disease. If one person is given vaccine against the TB, then he may resistance only for the TB. He is not resistant to other diseases. If he is given vaccine for the polio, he is immune for polio only. He may suffer from other type of the diseases. So the question is, what is the vaccine? So actually vaccine is the death or weak pathogen of a particular disease. It is called the vaccine. Vaccine is dead or weak pathogen that cannot cause any disease is introduced into the body, is introduced in body. The body produces the body produces antibody against the weak or dead pathogen. And when living or strong pathogen comes inside the body, this antibody dilutes the pathogen, and this process is called the immunization. This process is called the immunization. So immunization process is done with the help of the vaccine. Suppose in case of the polio, what polio drop is given to the children? Actually, polio drop contains the polio virus. That polio virus is either dead or it is very weak and not able to cause any and not able to cause the polio disease. So when this polio drop is given to the children, the immune system of the children produces the antibody against the polio virus. And when the living or disease causing polio virus enters inside the body of the children, the antibody, the children have already antibody against the polio virus. So very easily they destroy or dilute the polio virus. So children may save from the polio virus or they are immune to the polio virus. Thank you. That's what we are.